So what'd you think of the offensive performance, Rich?
It was uneven at times and steady at times. I think that we got a long ways to go. We got to gel up front. I was happy with the first drive. We had a good rhythm. It wasn't too big for us. I thought we had a really good second drive going. We just didn't close it out. I thought Will miss something down there that he usually makes pretty easily. And I think that if we throw a touchdown on that drive and start with 2 touchdowns, I'd probably feel a whole lot different when I'm sitting here. But overall, we fought our way out of it, but we got to get better.
Without looking at the tape, could you tell what was going on the pass protection?
Yeah, I mean, again, the challenge, they're very well coached, and we knew that going in. They want to eliminate the run by crowding everyone on the line of scrimmage, which they were very tight in there. And honestly, they twist and move up front, and it's a challenge. And we had, I think Horsey played, here in and out. We moved, some different guy. Jagger played left and right, so there were some things going on there until we solidified things. And I think, we got to improve in the pass protection. We got beat on some stunts, and just can't happen.
Mark said you guys really wanted to emphasize the pass today and work some things out there. But the run game, was it not having Chris? Was it those guys getting banged up? What exactly, is it a philosophy thing?
It was, quite honestly, I just I try to say it in the media without saying too much, but they're good against the run last year. They always will be. They just played 9 guys on the line. They dare you to throw it over the top. They dare you to do some certain things, and so I was probably a little hard-headed at times in the run game, but and I pumped it down the field a couple of times. Probably could have done it much more, but quite honestly, trying to find the rhythm for the whole offense as well. So it's a fine line between looking good, being sharp, calling what's best, but also trying to build your offense because we got a huge game next week.
How would you evaluate Will? How would you evaluate Will's night?
I think it was good for us personally to grow together. I think there were some good plays, and some easy layups that I think he would have, that he would admit that he can make in his sleep. And for whatever reason, we got to get to the bottom of that. But I feel like he'll only get better and better. Part of it is we got to figure out how we work together. I mean, it's the first time us making an adjustment on the sidelines together. You don't do that in scrimmages. It's just the ones go, the twos go. This is the first time running through it all. So we were starting to find a rhythm there a little bit. I thought at halftime he was locked in. I literally feel like there's 2 or 3 throws that if he had back, he would feel, and we'd all feel completely different about his performance. So those are good things. It'll motivate him, and that's what it takes.
Rich, what was it like to watch Tavion go out there and just step up and make some of those catches?
He's a baller. I mean, he is a really good football player. I've said that. He's a leader. He can do a little bit of everything. He's just really a stability. He provides us all because we have a lot of youth out there, and we played a lot of freshmen today. So it's there's growing pains in that, but we were able to handle it, fight our way through it, and T-Rob was a huge part of that today.
As you watch the film, do you feel like you have learned something about your offense to create more balance than what you had tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's when you play a defense like that, you make a conscious decision to not run your quarterback and do quarterback runs. It becomes very difficult to spread them out and create seams to run the ball. So they're, like I said, they're forcing you to throw the ball. But we're going to be a physical run the football team, and I'd like to think that we held back tonight. I'm not going to lie, I want to be smart with what we put on tape as well, and so I'm excited about what we can do. But yeah, we got to do a much better job. It just wasn't good enough. But I thought Lavelle at the end was really good. Lavelle had some stuff happen at the end of camp, so I was fortunate to get him back, and he's a physical runner, and I really feel like we're going to get him rolling too with smoke. So I'm excited about that.
It looked like he made a great play picking up his blitz.
He did.
Yeah.
He saved it, and Will made a great throw, and it was a heck of a catch by 2. So Barron made a heck of a play on the sideline. So yeah, I mean, Lavelle's a physical back, and he brings a presence, and definitely saw that until he was out a little bit towards the end of camp. But excited about what he can bring to the table.
Coach Stoops talked about how impressed he was with some of those young guys tonight, especially in that wide receiver room. What did you see that you liked?
Yeah, I saw two 18-year-olds go out on the field that wasn't too big for them. They made plays, they made mistakes, they did a little everything. I mean, he was in the end zone by an inch. I mean, those are things. But he's such a conscientious guy. I love him. He loves ball, and it's important to him. And no one felt worse than him. And hey, I'll never do it again, Coach. I'll learn from it. And I truly believe he's one of those people that he's going to grow and his best days are ahead of him. Those two guys together here are going to do some really special things.
What do you do to prepare them for that environment next week, being that young, that big of a stage? They picked up a big win tonight.
It's a little bit on them. We're just going to see if they continue to have the makeup. But, I just feel like it isn't too big for those two guys. I felt that way about Dane in spring. The fact that Barryon got here in the summer and we were able to get him where he's at and go out there and play 40 plays and be the playmaker we want, and we can trust that. It's exciting, and I'm happy to have those two. It makes us a much talented program, and we unfortunately didn't get the tight ends probably rolling as much tonight as we want. We get them all going and pound the rock a little better. I think we'll be all right.
Rich, sorry to miss this, but what was your message to Will when he goes airborne down there by the goal line? Did you say anything to him? Or?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. I want him to be mindful of it, and then I also want him to use his judgment. I think he had a bad play earlier before down there, so you want to make up sometimes, and you can't make it up in one play. You got to let the game come to you, and he's got a lot of ball ahead of him in his future, and so he'll get better and he'll learn from that stuff. And I'm telling you, it's a pleasure to coach him. There's no one I'd rather coach, and I think his best days are just going to get better and better as we work through this together.
Rich, the passing game was dependent on
Hank, go ahead.
on one guy for the most part last season, one target.
Yeah.
It seemed like you really spread the ball around to a lot of different guys tonight.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the offense, is the beauty of having talented players. I feel like there's every single skill guy at any given time has a trait that allows him to be successful in this offense and be a real weapon. And I think we just scratched the surface tonight with what we'll do, and hopefully we can let that stuff out next week. Really put something together and play well together and learn from this and just get better and better. So we're up for a huge challenge. So it'll be a big week. We'll see where we end up.